So not so long ago, computers could barely distinguish a cat from a dog. But now, of course, they can. But when it comes to robotics, humanoids don't even compete with the most average human being. But why is that? Is it a hardware problem? Well, not really. If you think about it, hardware is already good enough. It's going to get better over time, but it's good. Compute, have you seen VO3? It's amazing. It's not compute. Data? Yeah, that sounds about right. Data is the bottleneck. Why? Because we don't have enough multimodal and diverse data to make better foundation models. So here's the thing. Training robots in the real world is slow and expensive. It breaks all the time. It's not scalable. Also, when you go with simulation and purely simulation, you have what's called sim-to-real gap, meaning that it doesn't work well, it doesn't apply well in the real world. So here's our mission. We create some games, gamified experiences in simulations to create diverse synthetic data sets that are teleoperated. We create AI embodiment data sets to train better robo-brains. And again, the goal is to capture human in the loop and higher order reasoning. So now picture Ready Player One. Everybody watch Ready Player One? It's an awesome movie. So you step into the skin of a robot, and essentially you train that robot that way. So we acquire multimodal data sets that way, so you can think of us as a Roblox, but for robotics. When again, we capture broader human reasoning. So we create an embodiment AI platform where people can come and play just using a web browser, their webcam, and the microphone. They can embody a robot and control it. We have distributed teleoperation, meaning that 24 hours 7 you can access our simulation, since we're not dependent on hardware. And we handle what we call cross-embodiment training, meaning that the robo-brains we create, they work for both unitary, humanoids, quadruped, toys, anything. And again, what we capture is social intelligence from human interaction. So it's clear that robots need to learn from humans. But how? By playing charades, for instance. So charades is interesting. You play charades with a robot. You're trying to express highly cognitive concepts with your mind, with your gestures, with your body language. And of course, at the beginning, the robot doesn't get anything. But over time, the models get better. The robots learn how to express itself and new thoughts. Find a robot is an interesting one as well. So you have 5 people and 1 robot in a room. People teleconference with that robot. Together, they all embody a robot. Your voice is the one of a robot, so no one can really tell who is who, but you have social cues, right? And every time you catch the robot in less than a few minutes, it gives you negative data entry point to make the model better. Eventually, you cannot catch who's the robot, and guess what? You passed the Turing test for robotics. We also have collective assembling, where basically people come, collaborate on a design together, build a house, a sculpture, that kind of thing, and what we capture is the way people collaborate. So please join us and create your own games with your own rules. You might be wondering what kind of applications we handle. And it can actually downstream to a lot of verticals. Entertainment is one of them, probably my favorite. Think Disney, robotics, animatronics. We have trade shows as well, so making humanoids, a bit more, they get out of this uncanny valley, more natural, they interact with people more naturally. Greeting, education, fitness classes, so you want robots to fix people's postures without breaking their backs. Sales as well, so real estate, that kind of thing. Car dealership as well. So now picture a new kind of marketplace where basically you have requester, creators. So these are the companies who need data sets. So they come and create challenges. Then you have what we call the performers. So the people who come and solve the challenges for you. And they get rewarded for doing so. And then the platform, that's us. So we're between supply and demand, a bit like Uber, but for robotics. So essentially, companies get the result, meaning the data sets, the models, or choose to make them public, and the people get rewarded in crypto, fiat currency. The market opportunity is huge. It's a staggering $130 billion projected by 2030. Out of that, we want to address 7 billion, which is simulation, synthetic data collection. We are going to capture $150 million in the next 5 years with 1,000 businesses joining our platform. So of course, there's other competitors, other players. We're not the only ones. You have Hugging Face, Sensei Robotics, Photobots AI as well, that actually started here in Singapore. But the difference is that they target primarily real-world data. As opposed to us, we target synthetic data and simulation. So we're not as much impacted by sim-to-real gap. We are not doing dexterous manipulation. We are capturing, again, higher order cognition. Why now, you might wonder? So AI PCs are shipping by the millions. So that's great, actually, for AI, edge AI, meaning that you can distribute training directly on people's computers. There's a huge pool of Gen Z and Gen Alpha that we can tap into to crowdsource training our models. The foundation models are data bound. So again, we get that with human in the loop. And Web3 is enabling us to have a decentralized dataset exchange. We have early traction. So we're capturing our first 100 collaborators. Very strong interest from MIT, Columbia University, Cornell University as well, but also here in Singapore. We're starting pilots with A-Star, NRP, and US. When it comes to the founding team, we have Nizar, who's a robotics professor at La Sorbonne. We have Nicolas Duval, who spent a decade at Cornell, and myself, who scaled Tinkercad from a few thousand users to nowadays multiple millions. So we raised $450K from Maniala, that's the Temasek Venture Studio. By the end of summer, we'll raise $6 million. By the end of the year, we'll launch publicly, and next year we'll have several millions recorded robotics episodes, which will make us the largest robotics data platform in the world.
Thank you very much, Nicolas. Wow, on the money. Okay. Thank you. Judges.
Hey, thank you. Why are Hugging Face and the others not doing this?
Well, it's specifically because of the sim-to-real gap. So they choose to target more like dexterous manipulation, that kind of thing, predictive analytics, but they are not really focusing on purely simulation. And again, the goal is because if you go purely dexterous, there is a huge sim-to-real gap that you really get impacted with. If you don't, which is what we do, again, like higher level, order cognitive data sets, precision doesn't matter as much. And I think that's why smaller players like us are going to be able to compete with big guys.
I love the marketplace idea. Question, why would I not use like an NVIDIA Isaac Sim? And the answer
so actually,
and secondly, how physically accurate is it in terms of do I need specialized equipment as a performer?
It is a very good question. So we started actually by using NVIDIA Isaac Sim, which is a massive pain in the ass to set up. I don't know if you're aware of that. So we're thinking by owning the simulation framework ourselves better without reinventing the wheel completely. It's going to give us it's going to accelerate the development. But we're targeting more like Roboverse or that kind of thing, being simulation agnostic, not just bound to one framework. But indeed, it's excellent. Yeah.
Just in terms of the equipment, if I'm a performer, is it just a webcam? Do I need LiDAR sensors?
It's exactly that. So just need a webcam, a microphone, and you're good to go. Come at our booth. You can meet Nick, our co-founder, waving behind. He's going to be more than happy to give you a demo. And yes, we're planning on using VR headsets, but like low barrier entry point to begin with, and then we'll scale.
Yep. Understanding that you're gamifying data collection, how are you doing it right now, and how do you plan to scale this?
Yeah, so that is a very good question. So we are targeting the platform first to begin with. We're also developing the portal, so it's not public yet. However, by the end of summer, we want to open it and get we're targeting 10,000 users to begin with. So low, but eventually, I'm pretty confident that if I repeat the experience that I had at Autodesk with Tinkercad, we can go to the range of 1 million, several millions fairly quickly.